right, so I'm here with, you said your name was Malik?
My name is Milexis Celestine Lucero.
Milexis. And how old are you, Milexis?
I'm 28.
28. So tell me a little bit about yourself. What's your situation right now?
Well, my situation is about a year ago came into a downfall. I had neighbors that were very nosy. Had them actually interfere with my life, my work, and not only that, when they interfered with my life and my work, it also interfered with my money, my financial stability. When that happened, as soon as that interfered with it, I ended up becoming homeless. I lost my apartment due to somebody else being an ex-wife at that, being extremely jealous, starting a lot of problems, causing a lot of trouble around me.
May I ask, was that in this state or?
Yes, it was in this state. I actually used to live right there off of 1301 Ammons, right there in the apartment building.
You're originally from Colorado?
Yes, I was born here. I spent my childhood here, then I went to New Mexico, spent my teen years there.
Wow. Right now you're staying at the shelter?
Yes, right now I'm staying at the Samaritan House.
Okay. Are they being helpful over there?
Yes, they are. I mean, they say nothing in this life is for free, but the way I look at it, I mean, living right now is for free.
Right.
Living life, period, is for free.
That's a lot better than this side of town I live on, because there ain't too many shelters over there where I'm at.
Yeah, I spent a lot of time in the San Luis Valley, Alamosa, Center, Monte Vista. Shout out to the San Luis Valley as well. But I've spent a lot of time out there, and it's a real small town. And what they go off of is respect. I mean, I was raised and brought up with morals and values. To have morals and values in life, period.
Well,
to value to value a life, period, alone. I mean, throughout my journey of life, as a matter of fact, in which I have walked, I've seen so many not value of, the value of life and have a moral to it as well. I mean.
Any children? No children?
Nope, I do not have any children. I have stepchildren, but not any of my own yet.
Okay, that's good. That's very good. Have you had any problems with drugs in the past? Or?
I have had my issues, and I have dealt with substance abuse myself. I have had ups and downs with it myself. As a matter of fact, that's what kind of led me into this situation. My ex-wife, as a matter of fact, she went and she had told my neighbor, she told my apartment manager at that I was a junkie, that I was focused on drugs, and all my focus was nothing but towards drugs. My focus was never towards drugs, although I did use, recreational type. I used it. It wasn't like, an everyday use. It was not a necessity to me. I mean, I took care of my necessities. I took care of my bills. I took care of everything that I needed. The way I looked at it is, if I did my substance abuse, if I did meth, amphetamines, if I did heroin, if I did marijuana, if I did any type of substance abuse, I did it within the safety of my own home. So, all my necessities and my responsibilities always were my priority. Yeah, exactly. Behind closed doors, and at least if I partied or did anything like that, it was in the safety and enclosure of my own home. Now, for somebody to go on and say and speak upon, my abuse or any type of substances that I use, or any type of recreational use that I had, period. For them to go and, speak upon that and call me a junkie and call me out on it, and then speak to my manager. And what actually happened during this time is when my manager, he actually went and he spoke to other tenants about my business, which was, that's against the law, period. That's against the law for your manager, period, to speak about another resident or another tenant. Between landlord and tenant, when you sign that, how would you say it?
Renter agreement.
There you go, the renter agreement. I thought when you sign that contract, that contract says it in there that they're not allowed to speak about anything within the enclosure of your own home. They're not to go speaking about anything that happens in the enclosure of your own home with another tenant. I heard the manager of the apartments going to speak to the upstairs neighbor, the next door neighbor, along with the other neighbor. It's like, and then whenever I heard this manager turn around and say that I had Down syndrome.
Wow.
Yes, that one, because I've also been one who suffered from cerebral palsy. I'm autistic as well. But
is that from birth, or did you develop that as
I believe I had it since I was 2. I was diagnosed with it since I was 2 years old. So having to go through all those trials and obstacles in my life, period, as I was a child, I've overcame it. I'm actually one strong individual today. I mean, I give this all to every child who has cerebral palsy, any individual who has cerebral palsy. Why? Because it's not an easy, it's not an easy diagnosis to overcome. It's not easy to overcome it and or to live through it. I mean, a lot of people with cerebral palsy, they actually are in wheelchairs to this day. I do framing.
Yeah.
I mean, I learned how to do framing with my father, as a matter of fact.
That's heavy work.
And it is. I mean, it's a lot of people say it's hard work, but I look at it as a whole different way. I look at it as you're building someone's home. Some of these projects that we've built today, I mean, they'll be there longer than I have. I probably will. And I mean, I uphold and appreciate the trade and the business in that period. But I mean,
have you been looking to find work?
To find work, yes, I have. I mean, because me and my father also came into, we had disagreements, which also became a part of my downfall, as a matter of fact. I mean, having a disagreement with your father, he owns his own company. He's a general contractor. I mean, so whenever I had I had a downfall straight from being unemployed with my father because, yes, like I said, with an ex person, with an ex period, becoming jealous or upset with whatever's going on with you individually, or jealousy. I don't know what the whole main cause or purpose of it was, but she interfered with my life. She went and told my father that I was a junkie, I was on drugs. She gave her opinion, she spoke upon her opinion to him, and it ended me being unemployed due to her own opinion to everybody else.
Can I ask you, have you ever messed with blues? It seems like everybody's
I have.
blues.
I have messed with them. I don't recommend it for anybody. I never. It's killing a lot of people. It really does. It really is. I don't recommend it to anybody whatsoever because, matter of fact, the start of my downfall